Good day. This is the Group 4 video presentation. Nature and description of the business. The nature of the business is a statement about the company offering to its industry, legal structure, or any other distinctive qualities of the business. Example, private sector. You need to evaluate the nature of a company based on its nature to earn profits. Manufacturing sector. It is a company primarily concerned with the manufacturing operators. Corporation. You are qualifying the nature of a company by accessing its legal structure. Types of business. Types of business it refers to the market sector which the company operation, such as government sector, international sector, technology sector, military sector, private sector, merchandising sector, service sector, non-profit sector, public sector. In organization types, within our nature of business list, the nature of company can be viewed as a manner the company has been structured, and the company organization set up can be a corporation, a partnership, a sole proprietorship, a limited liability company, a limited liability partnership. Take note, the legal manner of how business entity form is an angle to describe the nature of the business. In business classification, you can consider the nature of the business based on its industry classification. The government classifies all companies into different categories. There are two business classifications commonly used. We have the Standard Industrial Classification, also known as SIC, and we also have the North America Industry Classification, also known as NAICS. What the difference between two? The SIC is a classification used by U.S. Department of Labor, while NAICS is a classification system jointly used by Canada, Mexico, and United States. Nature business example. First, we have service business. It is a type of business that provides intangible products to its clients. For example, law firms, accounting firms, public relation firms, medical practitioners, software consultants, marketing consultants, banks, salon, and repair shops. We also have merchandising business. It is a type of business that buys product wholesale and sells them at the retail price. Their overall objective to it sells products to price point higher than what it is cost them. For example, grocery store, convenience store, distributors, and resellers. In manufacturing business, it is a type of business that purchases products to combine them into something new. They transfer existing products such as raw materials or other materials into manufactured goods sold to customers. For example, manufacturing company may purchase nuts or grains as raw commodities and produce consumer-friendly goods. So, the summary is nature of business means how classify or categorize a business depending on its distinctive characteristic. For example, can be organizational setup, like corporation versus LLC, by what it sells, goods versus services, by the nature of operation, manufacturing versus merchandising, or other, we have profits and non-profit. Take note, the nature of the business is a statement about the company's business. We also have accreditation accommodation establishment by Department of Tourism. What is a DOT accreditation? Accreditation issued by Department of Tourism Enterprises. The official recognizes it has having complied with the minimum standards for the operation of tourism facilities and services. And a certification issued by Department of Tourism to a tourism enterprise, the official recognizes it as having complied with the minimum standard for operation of tourism facilities and services. Who may apply for accreditation? We have primary tourism enterprises, facilities and services that are directly related to tourism. The following primary tourism enterprises shall be periodically required to obtain accreditation from the DOT so as to ensure the quality of its facility and standard of services. In accommodation, we have hotel, resort, apartment hotel, tourism inn, pension house, motel, home and homestay. In travel and tour services, we have a travel and tours agencies. We have tour operator, travel agency, travel and tour agency, online travel and tour agency. And tourist transport operator, we have tourist air transport. In this tourist air transport, we have airplanes. And in tourism land transportation, we have a lot of transportation that we can use. We have bus, motorcycle, trains, like that. In tourism water transportation, we have cruise. Number 3, meetings, incentives, convention and exhibitations, or MICE or MICE. PCO, MICE organizer. MICE facilities venues. Ecotourism, Eco Guide, Eco Lounge, Eco Tour facilities, Eco Tour operator. Tourism frontliner, tour guides. Secondary tourism enterprises, facilities and services that may related to tourism. Accreditation shall be voluntary for the following secondary tourism enterprises. First, we have health and wellness services like ambulatory clinic, medical concierge, spa, tertiary hospital. Second, we have tourism-related enterprises, agritourism farm site, department store, shopping malls, and specialty shop. And we also have galleries, museum, and restaurants. Tourism entertainment complex, tourism recreational facilities, tourism training center or institute, rest area, restroom. We also have this tourism frontliner, which is tourism trainers.
So next, we have a validity of certificate of accreditation. So what is certificate of accreditation? Effectively, certification is the third party that confirmation via the audit of an organization system or products, whilst accreditation is an independent third party recognition that an organization has the competence of the impartiality to perform specific technical activities such as certification, testing, and inspection. And this example of certificate of accreditation, the authenticity of a certificate given to a particular subject or establishment who has satisfactorily passed an accreditation done by the third party given in a certain period of time. And how long is the validity period of accreditation? The certificate of accreditation shall be valid for a period of 1 year from the date of issues, unless sooner revoked by the department.
Grounds for cancellation of accreditation. So first, let's define the simple meaning of accreditation para malaman natin kung ano nga ba yung ibig sabihin ng accreditation. So according to the dictionary, accreditation is the act of giving official authority or approval or the resulting status certification. So ang accreditation daw, ito yung pagbibigay ng opisyal na authorization o yung pag-aproba at pagbibigyan na din ng certificate sa isang organization. Next is the accreditation in Department of Tourism. It is a certification issued by the Department of Tourism or DOT to a tourism enterprise that officially recognizes it as having complied with the minimum standards for the operation of tourism facilities and services. So, sinasabi dito, yung DOT accreditation, yun yung certification na ina-award ng mga Department of Tourism na nagsasabing opisyal na nakinikilala dahil nakapag-comply sila ng tamang standard ng operation sa mga facilities and services. Parang sa mga pabrika ganun, bago nila ipasa ang pabrika, dapat masiguro ng pabrika na malinis ang lugar dahil isa yun sa mga standard para makapasa at bigyan ng BIR para ituloy ang operasyon. Next is the main topic, which is the ground for cancellation of accreditation. In Section 33, kapag daw hindi nasunod yung mga rules and regulations para sa accreditation sa isang hotel, halimbawa, at ginamit ito sa mga illegal, immoral, o pinagbabawal na aktibidad, maaaring ipagpawalang bisa ang Certificate of Accreditation. Section 33 provides that any of the following acts, omissions, or offenses shall be sufficient grounds for the cancellation of accreditation. So, dito yung sumusunod is yung mga offenses na maaaring ipagpawalang bisa ang Certificate of Accreditation. A. Making any false declaration or statement or making use of any document containing the same or committing fraud or any act or misrepresentation for the purpose of obtaining the issuance of accreditation. So, dito sa A, ito yung paggawa ng maling deklarasyon o ito yung pandaraya. Halimbawa, yung sinabi mong maganda yung services ng isang hotel pero hindi naman talaga. Yun, yung gagawa ka ng pandaraya para makakuha ng Certificate of Accreditation. B. Failure to comply or contravene any condition set forth in Certificate of Accreditation. So, dito sa B, ito yung pagkabigong sumunod o paglabag sa anumang mga kondisyon na itinakda sa Certificate of Accreditation. So, in C, failure to meet the standards and requirements for the operation of establishment. Dito naman sa C, ito yung mga kakulangan na matugunan ang mga requirements for the operation of establishments. D, allowing or permitting the establishment or its facilities to be used for illegal, immoral, or illicit activities. So, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na pinapayagang gamitin ito sa mga illegal, immoral, or mga pinagbabawal na aktibidad. E. Violation of non-compliance with any of the provisions of the rules, promulgated orders, decisions, and circular issued by the department and other concerned government agencies. So, dito sa E, ito yung paglabag at hindi pagsunod sa napagkasundo ang rules at desisyon ng Department of Tourism at iba pang mga ahensya ng gobyerno. So, ito yung mga offenses na pinagbabasehan ng DOT para maipagpawalang bisa ang Certificate of Accreditation. Last is why accreditation is important. So, sinasabi dito na malaking tulong ang accreditation sa DOT to monitor each travel and tourism establishments like hotel ganon, kung maganda ba yung pagpapatakbo nila at kung nakukumply ba nila yung mga standard set for the industry.
Responsibilities of accommodation establishment. So, ano nga ba yung accommodation establishment? So, yung accommodation establishment, ito yung mga establishment kung saan nagpo-provide sila ng overnight lodging para sa mga holiday spenders or sa mga travelers galing sa ibang bansa. So, accommodation establishments are classified according to the standard industrial classification. Like yung mga hotels, guest houses, youth hostels, holiday villages, campsites, apartments, bed and breakfast, and resorts. Main responsibilities of accommodation establishment. First is to provide their customers with clean accommodation establishment. Siyempre, yung mga guests is meron silang high expectations about sa standard ng isang accommodation, pati na rin yung mga amenities na in-offer nila. So, napaka-importante para sa mga guests yung hygiene and sanitation. Next is attractive. Siyempre, kailangan natin ng attractive na accommodation para hindi ma-bored yung mga guests at para ma-appreciate nila yung accommodation facilities. Next is comfortable. Siyempre, kailangan dapat komportable yung mga guests para mag-enjoy sila sa vacation nila at masatisfy sila. And lastly is welcoming surrounding that offer value for money. Siyempre, kailangan ng mga guests is yung accommodation kung saan magiging worth it yung ginastos nila sa vacation nila para masatisfy yung needs and wants ng mga guests. The role of accommodation providers is to provide a safe and secure place for the tourist to stay. Standards differ between the different providers and according to different budgets. So, yung role ng isang accommodation providers is panatilihin yung safety and security ng isang tourist para mas ma-enjoy nila yung vacation nila. Hotel rules and management policies. First is yung tariff. Tariff is nakapaloob dito yung lodging, yung breakfast and guest insurance, and exclusive tourist tax. And pati na rin yung mga additional meals, amenities, and services available. Next is yung settlement of bills. So, all bills must be signed personally for services rendered. Next is yung check-in. Guest registration forms must be signed on arrivals by law visitors must present personal documents for hotel records. Number 4 is departure. Inform the front office if the guests wish to retain the room beyond the time. Extension will be given depending on availability. If the room is available, normal tariff will be charged. On failure of the guest to vacate the room or on expiry, the hotel management shall have the right to remove the guest and his or her belongings from the room occupied by the guest. And lastly is yung company's lien on guest luggage and belongings. So, in case of default in payment of dues by a guest, the hotel shall have a lien on their luggage and belongings and be entitled to detain the same and sell such property at any time without reference to the guest.